Yo, what's up, y'all? We're back with some Fuller RIP. So today I was, doing some school work, doing my work, and I stumbled upon a video called Tekken 8 is a cash grab, trash game compared to Tekken 7 by Angel 777. And in the video, he talks about Namco being very money hungry with how they monetize the game. Like, they're making us pay for the battle passes, the skins, and things of that nature. Then he also talks about the balance and how Heat has just kind of favors so many characters and it leaves a lot of the other ones in the dust. And then the community, how the community is very much not geared towards new players, and there's very much, like, I guess he didn't say this is me talking now, the community is very centered towards veterans, people who have been with Tekken for a long time, people who know Tekken already, and it's not as inclusive as these people like to think it is. And that's not just a Tekken thing, that's just an FGC thing. It's gotten better since Street Fighter 6, I think, but it's still very much an issue. And he also touches on that the community is not very helpful. It's really not. Outside of like a couple of people, community is not very helpful. And then he went on to segue into how ranking up isn't very rewarding. First of all, this guy is a God of Destruction rank, so he's infinitely better than I am right now. Let's just put that out there first. I kind of agree and I kind of disagree, because I feel like the way that the matchmaking works, like if you go back to my Fuller Purple Pad video, you see that I literally rank up against somebody who is like 3 ranks lower than me. That is not okay. And there's a couple other players who are like Raijin ranks who beat me, the Tenryu player at the time, and they ranked up. That is not okay. I don't think it's the ranking up isn't rewarding. I think it's more the matchmaking is just not very good. Maybe there's not a lot of people playing the game, but the matchmaking needs to be fixed. It shouldn't. I'd rather not play anybody and wait another 5 minutes to play somebody my rank than body some yellow rank player and rank up for no reason. Like, that's stupid. I don't like that at all. That's really bad. And it reminds me of back in the day when I used to play Injustice 2, it was the same thing. I'd be playing my Black Manta, and then you'd go across somebody who's playing the new character who's like a level freaking 5 player and has no idea what they're doing, and then I rank up because of it. Because Injustice was like crazy casual appeal. That's what it feels like here too. And then he also talks about how Tekken 8 is like too 2D. It feels like the wall running 2s don't allow a lot of room for sidestepping, and the general heat system is very restrictive. If y'all have been following what I've been saying about this game at all, this is 100% true, I think. As a new player to Tekken, well, not new, but I didn't have crazy experience in Tekken 7. As somebody who's really delving into 3D fighting games with Tekken 8, I completely agree with this. The fact that throws can't be sidestepped and you feel like locked down a lot is not good. I actually hate it. That's like my least favorite part about the game outside of the monetization stuff. The gameplay in general, it feels like you're really locked down into just blocking a lot of the time, which that sounds like a stupid complaint when I say it out loud, but for a 3D game where there's supposed to be crazy layered gameplay where you can traverse the entire stage and you're locked down to blocking while running 2s and then having to sidestep perfectly, and then some strings have just really weird and inconsistent tracking, it really does feel 2D. And I think he put it in a really great way where it feels like you're playing Street Fighter or MK. That's really what it feels like. And I don't know, he also talks about how that might be them gearing up to add like another like Fatal Fury character, or King of Fighters character, or Street Fighter character. Which that would make sense. I feel like a lot of these characters would fit very well into Tekken 8. And after that, he kind of segued into how they're selling us DLC characters from Tekken 7. If y'all aren't aware, Lydia was one of the second to last or third to last DLC character in Tekken 7, and now she's the second DLC character in Tekken 8. So that's really weird. And when in MK11 they sold us Rain, just like they did in MK9, that was like one of the first times there was a repeat DLC character. And Rain is like different and cool and hadn't been DLC for like almost a decade. So it's like, yes, we will buy Rain. This is weird. This is like, I don't know when Lydia came out last, but not even 2 years ago, I think. Something crazy like that. It's really not been that long. So, and like Armor King too. If Armor King's going to be in the game, he's going to be DLC. Same with Marduk and Fakaram. So it's like, I really think that point is something that's not going talked about a lot. So yeah, those are kind of like the main criticisms. If you're watching this video, man, please let me know if I'm missing something, because I'm not trying to like disagree with you at all. I actually agree with a lot of what you've said in this video. I think it's really well put together and you articulated yourself really well. However, I have one thing that I'd like to propose against that. I feel like a lot of the balance issue stuff is really just a symptom of it being vanilla. And same with the rank system, because, for example, in Street Fighter 6, right, I want to say like a couple, like 4 or 5 months after the game came out, people were complaining about how master rank is kind of a ceiling, and then it's just you get points. Then they added the legend rank. That made the MMR system a lot more like easier. I don't know. I'm not that high level of a player, so I'm kind of talking out my ass a little bit, but it made it a lot more obvious who like the best is, I guess. I don't know. That's what my impression of it is, and it kind of made there be a real like competitive aspect once you hit legend. The fact that Tekken 8 is still in vanilla means that I think the balancing and the ranking up aspects will be addressed. However, at the same time, that doesn't mean it's not okay to complain about it, because I completely agree. I feel like it's been, we're going on 4 months now that the game's been out, and it feels like a lot of the stuff that was really good 3 months ago, when we first figured out the meta and really what's good, is still really good. Maybe this next patch tomorrow will change that, but I think that he makes a really good point in that way. However, the game is still in a vanilla phase, and that's not an excuse for the game, but that's just how these fighting games are on launch. Same thing with MK. Like, I don't know if anybody watching this has been following MK since launch, but do you all remember the freaking like Serena meta and the Cyrax meta? That was dominating it, and now you still see Cyrax, but it's not like everybody is using Cyrax. So with that being said, I don't really think Tekken 8 is a bad game. I think it just needs more time. And he also talks about in his video how like PS2 era games are just like really good. And again, I'm not here to disagree. I completely agree. A lot of my favorite games of all time are PS2 games. But I feel like the difference between Tekken 5 on PS2 and Tekken 8 on PS5 is the expectation. So to fund Tekken 8 opposed to Tekken 5, the amount of funds you need for the games are like in completely different universes. This game, if you look at Eddie's face on the select screen, that in and of itself, that model in and of itself costs a lot of money. Not to mention the animations and all of that, and the stages, music, and the whole 9 yards costs a lot more than Tekken 5. I'm not going to give y'all any statistics because I'm not trying to lie, but that's just how game development works. So them asking for some money, like, yo, we're going to put out some DLC characters and you can buy the costumes, I personally don't have a problem with that, because, you know, you can buy that. I do think that there should be an alternative where you can buy the costumes and you can earn the Tekken coins or whatever they're called. You can earn the currency so you can buy the costumes. I do think that should be put in the game so they reward you for playing, or you can just pay to get it. which is also a problem with Street Fighter and MK1. So I don't really have an issue with slight monetization, but as I stated before on this channel, it is insane. Like, you could get the battle pass or you can get the Tekken shop. You can't have both. I would buy a skin or two, or I would do that, but it's just, that's way too much. I think it's just too much. That's kind of what I wanted to do with this video, you know, respond to this guy's claims and kind of put them to my audience is way smaller than his, but kind of get the attention to whoever is watching this. If you haven't seen his video, I highly suggest you check it out. But yeah, I think we share a lot of the same sentiments, but I don't think Tekken 8 is bad. I think it's just, it needs time. So yeah, if y'all enjoyed this, please hit that subscribe shit. I don't want to sound kookily, so you know what it is. Fuller, RIP, RIP Fuller. And the message is, if you want to talk about something, you can do it in a civil way. Like, I'm not at all trying to flame Angel 777 at all. I actually agree with a lot of what he said. I just want to give my own take on that. So, you know, if you disagree with somebody, there is no need to get aggressive. We're just trying to have a discussion here. All right. See y'all in the next one. Fuller, RIP, RIP Fuller.